people don't invest that much time and effort into making their cars look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like SCCA, you don't really have to worry about missiles so much. But then when you look at like drag racing or like, I don't know, dude, like Circle Track or NASCAR, like their cars all look presentable. You don't see like missiles in those. Granted, they don't like, it's not like a wreck friendly sport like drifting is, but at the same point, and I get that drifting like takes more for you to keep your car looking good, especially if you're pushing those limits. But at the same point, it's awesome to see people kind of invest more into the appearance and making it look good.
Well, I think for a lot of people, drifting is like their first entry to any sort of motorsport, and you don't have any money really when you first getting started.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's probably where the missile thing came from. Like, you want to keep drifting, you don't have the money to like make your car look good, but you have enough money to make it like handle and steer. They always do the same things. They'll put like an intercooler on it, some coilovers, and exhaust maybe, and that's all you really need to get going.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, what is it too about like skateboarders and BMXers getting into drifting? Like that's such a cliche, dude, and you see it all the time. Like I wouldn't say all, but I would say probably 75 to 80% of my friends that drift either still skateboard or used to skateboard or BMX or any combo of those two.
I don't know. It's like a difficult skill. I don't drifting. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
I was saying, BMXing and skateboarding is like a difficult skill to learn. It's something to like challenge yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you would go into drifting. Like, okay, it's kind of the same thing. It's only you doing it. You have to get good at it. Plus, you can also bring your style into it, which is a big part of skateboarding. And
yeah,
it's all about style.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a big thing. That's a reason that, that's why I started skateboarding, dude, is because I hated team sports and I didn't want to rely on other people,
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's easy to get into and kind of do it whatever pace you want.
Yeah. I think I started skateboarding just because everybody around me did it. And then I just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
I would still skateboard if I could, if my knees and legs weren't that of a 50-year-old man.
For real, dude. I'm trying to get back into it. I haven't been skateboarding in a minute.
Yeah, we had this discussion earlier, but neither of us were like, yeah, let's go.
I know, dude. Well, I still need to buy it. Like, I bought the deck, but I need to buy trucks and wheels and bearings and all that stuff. So, whatever, dude. But, cool. Yeah, so we definitely hit that. That was actually one of my talking points, but we kind of went right into it when we were talking about, I forget what it was, missiles, I think.
Wait, so when was the first time you actually drifted? Was it here?
Yeah, it was here, dude. Because I had the 240, but I never drifted it. And then when I first joined, like, I was just so broke. Because that was, like, I joined, I'm married my wife now, and we've been together 6 years. That was 6 years ago, And when you get married, too, you got to buy, like, all that marriage shit. So you buy, like, the pots and pans, and you, like, buy your, you know what I mean? Like, your bedding set. Like, you buy all this bullshit. So we had to buy so much of that stuff. So it was like, really the focus was not on cars or drifting or anything. It was just like surviving, dude, and getting like that essential stuff.
Yeah, but it's cool that Jess is just as into cars as you are. I was saying, and she's down to let you kind of do what you want to.
Oh, thank God, dude. Yeah, I don't think anybody else will be able to put up with my shenanigans. Like, just too much, dude. I buy too much stuff.
Yeah, dude. I keep seeing, like, so I was talking to one of the local sellers around here. His name is Alan. He's probably responsible for like 90% of the sports cars in the area.
Yeah, you're right.
I was talking to him about drifting, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I got this S15 that I was going to use." I was like, "S15?" He's like, "Yeah, it's a gray one with the front bumper." I was like, "That's the same one Jared had." Like, the car be bouncing all over the place.
That car went full circle, dude. We bought it from Alan. Christian bought it from me, and then Alan bought it back from Christian. That car's a slew of trouble, though, dude.
What was wrong with it?
It needs some work. It just, we swapped out the suspension, and then quickly blew the suspension that we put on it, and then it overheated, and the intercooler piping wasn't decent, so it always like broke loose from the coupler.
Mm-hmm.
We straight up just didn't fit in the car either without buckets or something. It just wasn't a good investment. But that's not what.
I never saw you guys get it on track. How many times did you guys take it out there?
Oh, we only took it out like twice, 2 or 3 times. Because we put so much like effort into making the Altezza decent, And then we had Bo, our first child, and then so the S15 kind of got put on the back burner. But honestly, I think it took owning the S15 to realize we didn't really like S15s that much.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been it. Well, yeah, I've been in that gray one, but I've never driven one, so I wouldn't know. Is it that much different from like because I know it's got the same engine as like a S14.
Dude, I mean, it's a carbon copy of a 14. It just looks different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess, like, and to be fair, that one was swapped. So, and I think that one has an S13 SR. I don't even think it has a 14 SR. Because it used to be a Spec S, non-turbo, and then it got swapped. And so it wasn't, I don't know. It just wasn't very exciting, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you got on it and it just felt like a turbo car. But, yeah, dude, it took owning that, I think. And I was just like, we don't really care about S15s that much. And even Jess, like, she really wanted one coming here, and that's why we bought it. But now, I mean, if you told her, if you had to give her like a top car that she had to buy today, I don't think she would pick an S15.
Yeah, I've always been looking at them, but it never like spoke to me. I don't know.
Hold up, Jess is right behind me looking at me. Let me ask her real quick here. If you were gonna buy a car right now, what would it be?
Probably a
Celica. There you go. Mark 1 Celica.
Like the one you guys
two.
Used to have?
If you had to get a 90s car, what would it be?
I don't know. The only other car that I can think that I would want is a
JZX100. Chaser or Mark 2?
Chaser.
All right. Anyways, that's okay. That means I get a Mark 2.
I like both, but Chaser.
Okay. Chaser it is. Yeah, dude. I mean, but if you asked her before we came here, it'd be a 180 or an S15. Am I right in saying that? I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in her mouth. Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought. Yeah, dude. I don't know. The S15 was just kind of meh. It has a nice dash. I'll give it that. Yeah, the dashboards are cool.
That fits in like every other S chassis.
Yeah. It's nice, though. It looks good. And then you stick the gauges in the air vents like everybody else. So
I don't know. I didn't mention this before. I have a Chaser, but it's an NA auto.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a big fan of like the 4-door, like long, kind of like mid power. I would probably tune into about 500 as far as drifting goes. And it's just been sitting in my front yard. I haven't really done any work to it, but I do plan on swapping it out with a turbo 1J or 2J if I can get my hands on one, and then doing a 6-speed swap. But we'll see how that goes.
Dude, what a fucking problem too. Like, I just got this JZX100 sitting in my front yard. Like, dude, I was talking to Josh and a bunch of those dudes, Quan and Alex. I was talking to them about how dope it is that all of my friends here are like so, I guess, like, I don't want to say successful. That ain't even the right word, but like they're just taking advantage of being here. Like, that's so cool to me, because in the States, you've got a few dudes that are really heavy with modifying and stuff, but a lot of the stateside community that I was with was just kind of, I don't know, they were just like, I don't know how to put it, man. Like, they just kind of built stuff and maintained it, you know what I mean? But guys here are like really like stockpiling and actively building their stuff, because I mean, we're on a timer basically, until we got to move, and so everybody's trying to get everything done before they leave.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's kind of a cool place to be, though, because you see stuff progress here really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, Quan's Skyline, I remember you said don't talk too much about stuff people wouldn't know about, but Quan has this pretty badass 4-door ER34 that he's building up, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, dude. He actually bought a coupe.
Yeah.
It started as a 4-door, and then I think he found a coupe shell, and he put everything onto it. And Ozawa, the guy that painted his car, was so pissed because he bought like all this China FRP stuff to put on it, and it was like some of it was 4-door and some of it was 2-door, and it didn't. That shit was so funny to me, though.
But I remember seeing that car when I first got here. When I first got my car, we went over to where you used to work on your cars and those cars were just sitting in his garage. They looked like piles of junk. And now he transformed it into like a beautiful, like immaculate Skyline.
Dude, yeah, that's awesome, man.
There's a couple people around our local area that have built some pretty nice cars, but it's mainly Japanese people. Even still, like a lot of guys on base, they'll get in, they'll dip their big toe into like the modifying and the drift scene. They'll
Just
buy
the big
some,
one.
yeah. But I mean, so car culture in general is different from the car culture we experience. Because, like you said, we're on a timer, so not a lot of people commit to what they're doing. They're like, get in, jump in, and jump out real quick.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you're right. And it depends on how long people are here for. You know, some of these dudes are here for 2 years and then they got to bounce. That's enough to, like, pay your car off, maybe.
yeah, which I probably won't be doing for another 5 years.
True. Hey, what's the, I feel like you keep up with stuff pretty good as far as, like, drifting in cars go in terms of the culture. What do you think is the next drift fad? Like, right now, I think we're going through an underglow phase. Lambo doors was the last one before that. Before that was livery. What do you think is after underglow? And I feel like, dude, we're going through cycles. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you took a car from '05, we're going through different parts of that car all at once. So we started with the graphics, and then we're like, nah, fuck graphics. And we went through the Lambo doors for like literally a day and a half, and then now it's underglow. But those are all things that would have been found on any of the '05 cars at the same time.
Yeah. But even now they do it with like a little bit more taste. We have a little bit more restraint now. So, you know, back in the day, they used to throw it all on the car. And now they're like, okay, you know, I got a pre-next. I'll throw a little bit of underglow on it. I'll throw the Lambo doors things. You know, I see a lot of dudes doing that now, and it's like a novelty.
That shit's still dope, dude. I'd put Lambo doors on anything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Dude.
Yeah. I don't know what the next fad is going to be. I mean,
I wrote this question, and I tried answering it myself, and I don't have an answer.
yeah, I guess you don't know till you know. The wide body thing, you know, the Rocket Bunny and the whatchamacallit. I get the Rocket Bunny's the
Liberty
main one
Walk?
everybody knows. Liberty Walk
Tandem.
too. But Liberty Walk is so much more expensive. Well,
So
yeah, it
much.
used
Well,
to be
their
Rocket
cars
Bunny,
are
but it
expensive
has-
too, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the over fender thing. I prefer a either widened, lightly massaged out, but just bolting on like a over fender kit. And most people aren't running genuine kits too, because those things are so expensive. They run the knockoff stuff, which I don't blame them, dude. I'd be right there with it.
Shouts out to that one knockoff guy. I forgot his name. Something Ramos, Joshua Ramos. Shouts out to him, dude. He's like the only guy that's ever been pissed at by Yoshio Factory. Dude, that was the best internet beef in existence.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, it's awesome. It wasn't even a beef, dude. Like this, I mean, Ramos, I think that's his name, dude. I don't want to butcher, whatever. I can't talk. I don't want to mess it up, but yeah, he sells like a bunch of replica FRP stuff on like 240 pages, and then the owner at Yoshio Factory like posted a single Facebook photo bashing this dude.
Damn.
Bro, if you got the owner at Yoshio Factory sending shots.
I always wondered how they get away with that stuff, because I mean it's like blatant ripoffs, and I wonder.
I don't know, dude. I was thinking about that too, actually, because I want to recreate. Like, I bought this Sessions Aero body kit for the SEMA, and I want to make replica kits of that, not to sell, but just to have. If I ever wreck that car, dude, like those kits don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to completely lose it, so it's like I want to make that, but it's like, at what point are you infringing on somebody's like copyright or trademark or whatever?
Well, I mean, if you make it for yourself, I don't think it's an issue. If you make it and start selling it, then that's where it probably comes into an issue.
But that ain't a bad idea.
Where is the SEMA, dude? I haven't seen that thing in a minute.
It's parked outside my house. It's actually going to go in for paint here in a week.
So what's your list of cars now? I mean, your total count? Because I
narrowed
remember
the
at
herd.
one point you had like so many cars.
I think I maxed at 5. I think, because we had the S15, the Altezza, the El Grande minivan, the SEMA, and the Celsior all at once. So right now we have a Fun Cargo, which is like the daily, the SEMA, the Celsior, the S14 that's getting parted out, and that's really it for cars. And then I have that TW225 bike. But that's it. So I'm just kind of chilling on what I got. I'm still kind of buying parts for stuff, mainly the SEMA, honestly, dude. Like the SEMA and the 14. I'm not buying so much 14 stuff, but I'm buying a lot of SEMA parts that pop up on the auctions. Like I bought this Impol speedometer that goes up to 280.
Yeah.
I found that for a good price. I've been buying like the window rain guards, just a bunch of odds and ends.
I meant to message you. I saw on someone on one of the pages I follow on Facebook. Someone was selling a Nismo